Hi and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm back in the sofa, but we're gonna be traveling to London. I made a video some months ago about my favorite places in London, a little bit of a guide to central London and stores and things that I like to do when I'm there. And today we're gonna be going south. We're gonna be doing all the part from the London Eye, the Big Ben, London Bridge, all that area with spots that I really like and places that I would recommend to visit. So yeah, I have my coffee here. I also have some cookies, recipe for the cookies on my Instagram. So I totally recommend you to go for a coffee, and let's start with the guide. Okay, as you can see, I have my computer here. I also have notes, and the thing is that I wanted to wait to go to London, be able to film a little bit so I can show you around, but here in the UK, we're still in lockdown. Which day is it today? He's not listening to me. So it's 22nd of March and we're still in lockdown. I'm gonna be showing you the places that I have in photos and videos from years ago, and then whatever I can find, we're gonna be traveling on Google Maps. So I'm gonna be taking you along. I'm gonna be following my route and we're gonna do it on Street View so we can see everything. Well, and before we start, if you haven't seen the other video, I made as I said, I made another London guide and my favorite places in London, so you can go check it out. And I'm also planning on bringing more videos because I asked you on Instagram and you wanted to see other things too. Cinemas and stores, food places, just specific places to go eat when you're in London. And then I want to make another one with little tips, so subscribe if you don't want to miss that. And now let's start with the guide. Okay, so as I said, this guide is gonna be more on the south part of London, but you can start this route either east or west, you can decide. I'm gonna do the one that I think would be probably more optimal if you wanna see everything, and that would be starting in Buckingham Palace. I decided to start here because there's the change of guards, or I'm not sure how it's called, and I'm not sure if it's every day, but it's from 10:45 to 11. And I don't think that time is bad because I wanna finish by the time the sunset starts. So we have Buckingham Palace here, and I've also wanted to try and check on some stations for you, because most likely if you're going to London you would be using the tube, because we're traveling online today, but I hope one day we can all do it in person. But yeah, so we have Green Park here, which is pretty close. We have Hyde Park Corner and St. James Park down here. The change of guards happens right here. Let's just get in. Okay. Up there, you could come from this side where there's Trafalgar Square, so you could come from there and just walk all the way. There's gonna be quite a lot of walking involved, but it's not that bad when you're visiting places. So they walk through the street and then they get to Buckingham Palace, everything is closed, and then they get into the palace, they do the change, but this gets so packed, so it's better if you get there a little bit early if you wanna properly see it. So that's another thing to keep in mind, because it gets so crowded. And now we want to get to the Big Ben, so you can cross St. James Park, see some of the park, which might be really nice. Oh, there's photos. Okay, you can't walk through the park. Okay, we're leaving St. James Park behind and we're walking through the Big Ben, which is already there. In this side you're gonna have the telephone cabinets, or however they are called. Exactly, these ones are the best ones to take photos, because you have the telephone and then you have the Big Ben behind. And on the other side we already have the London Eye. You can walk through the bridge. The views, as you see, are amazing. This is a tricky thing because it's super sunny here and it's not that sunny usually in the UK. Okay, so there's the sea life, which probably you're not gonna be really interested in seeing because there's sea lives everywhere. But there's the Shrek's Adventure, which I haven't been to, but I really want to go as soon as I can. I'm pretty sure it's here right now. I'm gonna search it. I don't know how much it is, because there's these packs that you can get the London Eye, the Shrek's Adventure, the Sea Life and other things like in one only price. And I've seen that behind there's something called the London Dungeon, which is kind of like a horror or thriller interactive attraction. This is the dungeon. Oh, here's the dungeon. I'm not sure if that's like a ripoff for tourists. I can't tell, so I'm just gonna link it. You can check it and judge for yourself. But yeah, we're at the London Eye. And honestly, unless you really want to try it, I don't really recommend it. I've been in it once. I mean, I think it's nice for the experience, but I don't think it's that worth. Be careful, because London is usually really foggy, so you don't want to spend the money on a day that you're not going to be able to see anything, which might happen a lot. So be aware of the weather, really make sure you're going to be able to see things from up there. And basically we're at the best part now. We're getting to the part that I like the most. And I used to work right before COVID started. I worked behind these huge buildings down here, and there's a lot of like cheap restaurants there, like fast food kind of things. Not in the way we think of McDonald's and Burger King, for example. There's like Italians, Mexicans. Yeah, there's a lot of like small chains, and you can eat for a better price. I really want to talk to you about the one we're gonna see now. Well, I don't know if we're gonna be able to get in the place, but I'm gonna search photos online. If not, in summer. I'm not sure if they have something in winter. Probably they do, but I've only been there in summer. And it's called the Underbelly Festival. And it's like these huge performance stages that they put on, and a lot of stands with food, and it's really cozy because it gets kind of covered with trees, and it's so cool inside. See, that's the entrance, so it's kind of really easy to miss out, because if you don't look that way because you're looking at the London Eye, you're gonna miss it. There might be a guard outside, but it's free to enter, don't get scared, you can get in. Maybe snack a little bit or even have lunch. Totally recommend it. There's also a lot of restaurants in this side, as you can see. See, this is other chains that are pretty cheap, like Eat. There's Oaxaca pretty close. Have I already skipped this? That's the Oaxaca, that's the Mexican one, and have a lot of chairs and things to eat outside, and it looks really cool. It doesn't look that cool in this photo, but I promise you it does look cool in real life. After all these food places where you can have lunch, you can get into Waterloo station maybe and take the tube to London Bridge. Probably, I think it's 1 or 2 stations, so it's not that far to walk there, but we're gonna keep walking. I found, while looking for these things, I found some videos that I took on Piccadilly during the summer 2 years ago. It was so crowded, so crowded, crazy. Okay, I almost forgot, because it's not appearing here. Well, there's a school of kids appearing here, but on all this grass area, okay, there's a lot of kids here, what's happening? All this part, it's like a long walk that's full of food stands with food from all over the world, pretty cheap, and it's really nice. Okay, I've been talking for way too long, my camera stopped and I have no idea where did it stop. But basically I was saying that it's a bit of a walk. There's some parts that are more interesting than others, but I think it's totally doable. And here we're already there. We are at the Tate Modern, the Tate Museum, and I'm gonna probably talk about this more in another video, because museums here in the UK are basically free, most of them at least, and you need to pay only for specific exhibitions. And now if we walk a little bit more, I'm kind of getting stressed of seeing so much people together. A little bit after the Tate Museum we have the Shakespeare Globe. I haven't been inside, it's an old theatre. I'm pretty sure they do performances, and I think there's also a tour. Again, I'm gonna link everything in the description of the video so you can check for yourself. But yeah, this looks really cool. Okay, if you keep walking by the river, we're here. Okay, this is an amazing spot. It's an amazing bar. I would totally stop for a beer here, but definitely be outside on the terrace if you can get a spot. A friend of mine brought me there and I was just amazed. Like, look at this with the red windows, the red doors. It's just so nice. I'm in love with this place, seriously. And then you have the terrace here, which is even better. Well, now it's closed because this is COVID times apparently. It's really cool, you have the views and the spot is just amazing. The bar is usually in the middle, you can order your beer and your things, and then out here you have like tables. And actually I just remember that the first time I went there I was so amazed because they have a Estrella. It's a Catalan beer, so I was stoked by that, and it's really cool. I really recommend this place. And now we're getting to another spot that I really like because it's food related. And here is the Borough Market, and it's a food market. It's pretty expensive, but even if you're not gonna buy anything, it's totally recommended. Like, you need to get in. There's a Spanish store there that sells Spanish products, but for a can of chickpeas that would usually cost you 30p, they charge you £4. Insane. I'm struggling to show you this. Yeah, this is kind of how it looks. It's just under the train. That would be an area which would look super bad, and there's lights and food everywhere, and it's really cool. There's this small passage here. This is always crowded. It's so small and there's so much people, but it's so cozy. and then up these stairs we're gonna get to a bridge. If you take the tube from Waterloo to London Bridge, here is where you would have gone to, so you can still go to the Borough Market, but you have missed, well, you can still go, but it's the other way, but you have missed the Shakespeare Globe, the Tate Modern and the Underbelly Bar. Okay, now there's two things here. I would kind of end my route in the London Bridge because there's the last spot that I'm gonna talk about now, but here's the London Bridge, and then you have the Tower Bridge, which is the fancy one, the one that appears in Harry Potter. That's the one. You can walk past the Tower Bridge and you can even visit. I think you can get up the tower if you want to. It's really cool, so you can go there if you want to. Okay, so from the London Bridge you see the Tower Bridge down there. The Tower of London is down there too. And then we have two options here. So you have the Shard, which is this triangle amazing building. I think it's called the View from the Shard. It's about £25 to go to the top of the Shard to see the views. So that's one option. I need to say I haven't been to either of these two places I'm gonna talk to about. I have researched about them and I wouldn't pay to go to the Shard, but it's probably an amazing experience, so I'm gonna link it down. You can go to the Shard, and I think these kind of things are really cool to go during the sunset because you can see the light, the sunset and the night. I did that when I went to New York with my friend. We went to the top of the rock because it was cheaper than the Empire State because it was cheaper than the Empire State Building. And we went there just before sunset, so we got all the sunset there and then we saw the views at night, which was really cool. So that's why I left this for the last, because I think it would be really cool if you get those hours. And the other option, it's called the Sky Garden. And the Sky Garden is free to enter. You need to book tickets in advance, like you need to book for a specific hour to go there, but it is free to enter. Here you have it, that's how it looks. I haven't been there either. I wanted to go, but I've never found the moment to do it, but it looks really amazing. And it's one of the things that it's on my to-do list when the whole COVID situation allows us to travel and visit things again. But yeah, I think that would be the end of my route. As I said, you can do it either way. I just want to show you how far apart are they. That's more or less the route that I had put it here. And it's about an hour 13 minutes walking, and obviously it's gonna take longer because you're gonna stop, take photos and visit different things. It's not that bad knowing that you're gonna do it through the whole day, but obviously it's a lot of walking, so you could skip a part of it. You can maybe take a bus or something, skip a part, but yeah, I think it's doable, and that's my recommendation. And now I think I'm gonna shut up because I've been talking for an hour and I don't know how I'm gonna edit this. So that's it for today's video, and again, as I said, I want to bring other things. I'm probably gonna film now or soon a video about London tips, just little things that might be useful to know if you want to come to London. Like, I have too many ideas on my mind, like food, stores, cinemas, museums, musicals. I also would like to do kind of a story time working in a fast food place, or maybe a story time about my experience finding flats in London, because for a period of like maybe 6 months, I moved 5 or 6 times, so it was kind of crazy what happened to me, and I have like some story times in that area. Let me know in the comments what you would like to see, and as always, remember to follow me on Instagram because I'm posting things there every day on stories, and also new recipes that I'm not posting here. So yeah, remember to follow me there, and if you made it this far, give a like to the video because that really helps the channel. And with that said, I'll see you in the next one. I was so excited to find it, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be able to buy ham and things, and I got in and I was like, okay, I'm just going out again. That's not happening.